Dear human, today was a long day. Waking up at 6, my sibling driving me to the airport, getting through security, drama at the baggage drop-off, a showdown between perturbed customers and an innocent airline agent who you could tell was still waking up. You know how flights are. They are strangely routine, but always adventurous at the same time. Anyways, after all of that and having flown for a few hours, my airplane touched down on the runway, taxied its way over to the gate, and I eventually made my way to where my shuttle would pick me up. This shuttle ride, something that was only supposed to take an hour and a half, soon became much longer. The minutes fled from this vehicle with each stop that it made, and believe me, we made several stops, many of them unnecessary due to some unfortunate miscommunications between shuttle drivers and passengers. The reason I mentioned that time was moving, and it was moving rather quickly, is because I found myself arriving in a very dark, cold place instead of the golden, sunset-filled place I had planned on. The streetlights were humming quietly. The brick walls of the bus station seemed stiffer, rigid, unforgiving. The dark took things that normally felt soft and familiar and made them feel standoffish. Funny how the dark does that, isn't it? I didn't need to get off yet and was waiting for everyone else to exit so that I could make the last leg of my journey. I had nothing to do other than peer through the winter-smacked window of the bus. There was something out there, something I noticed. A peculiar phenomena, I think. There were a few people waiting at a different bus stop. I think they were passengers since they all had luggage. They each looked very skittish around each other, though, nervous, cautious. Each one of them was occupying a different bench. Each bench was 4 or 5 feet apart, according to my estimation, and the people wouldn't look at each other directly, but would instead exchange occasional, unsure glances. Again, I'm pretty sure they were all passengers. Workers, tradespeople, students, parents, grown children. The reason they couldn't feel comfortable with each other, the reason I felt like the bricks themselves were harder than usual, was because of the darkness. It was in darkness these random passengers, me included, crossed paths, and we allowed that circumstance of darkness to affect our perception of each other. These people weren't killers in the night. They weren't no-good-nicks out and about trying to pickpocket and loot. These were just people who happened to be in a nighttime. I myself was not supposed to be shrouded by my own evening, but due to circumstances entirely out of my control, here I was in this microcosm of nervous, tired people, just trying to take a bus home. We cannot allow our personal evenings or others' hounding darknesses to cloud our perception of life. We are all passengers. We will meet some of us during the day and others of us in the blackest and thickest of nights. But we cannot simply disregard someone as something before actually growing to know that person. Because if we choose to not make an effort to understand that person, we neglect why the day itself is so nice. It's warm, and it helps us see clearly. And that same principle can even be applied in the bleakest of moments, because that quality of being able to see others and to get to know them doesn't go away when the lights turn off. In fact, I'd argue that's how we turn the lights back on again. I left that bus station feeling lonesome for the people lined up on those benches, looking at their phones and shivering in the cold. I wanted to know them, but our paths didn't cross long enough. It has been haunting me a bit since, thinking about them. I really hope they got home, and that they had someone or even several people waiting for them, and ready to welcome them out from the pressings of the night. I suppose I made this video because I hope, if you're in the middle of a nighttime, perhaps at a bus stop of many directions, and you're not sure where to go, I hope you know that you're not alone. You're not a strange, lonesome creature that deserves isolation. You're a human being, full of warmth, compassion, honesty, and potential. And I'd love to sit with you right now.